Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. So, obviously, we're going to be back once again with Doki Doki Blue Skies. I really need to turn that phone to silent when I stream. I'll get around to it eventually. Yep. So, back to Doki Doki Blue Skies. My voice feels normal, so I can do this today. I still don't know what was up with it yesterday. That was just weird. Really don't know what happened there, but oh well. At least we got far enough yesterday. Almost made it to a full 2 hours, just doing the game. But hey, I kind of enjoyed the little talk afterward. Even if it really was just me mostly rambling on about what could I potentially play after I finish this game. And I got somewhat of a plan in place. In my head, at least. Yeah. But, we're not going to worry about that right now because we've got Blue Skies to deal with. So, we went back to the beginning of Act 1 to try to gain favor with Natsuki to get onto her route. So, all of our poems have been favored towards her. And it's kind of telling that she's kind of got a bit of a complex in a way. She wants to be seen as the pro, and how we're the ones that have to learn from her, yet so far in her eyes, our poems have been better than hers. So she felt kind of down about that. She's got some self-esteem issues, clearly. But I mean, we encourage her anyway, saying, hey, our poems are inspired by yours. You are the pro. That kind of thing. And she seemed to enjoy it, and because it's becoming festival time and we gotta prep for it, we're helping Natsuki bake. So she's invited herself over to our place on Sunday to bake up cupcakes and whatnot. So we shall see how that goes. I shouldn't have to worry about that. Alright, we're going to continue on. There'll be a lot less skipping now. We'll be going through the entirety of this. Then there'll be some skipping during the actual festival, and then it should be all brand new stuff before we get led into Act 2. So, without much further ado, here we go. It's already Sunday. I'm getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kinda saw that one coming. I meander around the house, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. I don't understand why she couldn't have just rang the doorbell. Well, whatever. I rush over to the door and open it. There's Natsuki. Hi? My mind goes blank because I completely forget what was going on, what I was going to greet her with. Oh, jeez, I can't even. Good. Wow. It's been a while since I flubbed up like that. Hey, getting better. Just an off day. If it's been this long. I'm not sure what I expected, but seeing Natsuki in her casual clothing surprises me. It's such a huge difference from her uniform. With such cute clothing, she's almost like a different person. Frankly, I'm at a loss for words.
Baron, why are you just staring at me?
Oh, sorry.
Jeez, I just got here. It'll be a long afternoon if you keep acting weird just because you're not used to seeing me out of school.
Right. I love how she caught on, too. It's like, you're staring at me because I'm not wearing my uniform. What the fuck is wrong with you, buddy? Finally, someone who will call Game Baron out on their bullshit.
Okay, now move. I'm coming in.
Quickly step out of the way as Natsuki walks inside. Over her shoulder, she's carrying a large bag made out of a thick plastic. Is that all cooking stuff? I point to Natsuki's bag.
Yep. I wasn't gonna come all this way just to find out you're missing something important. Speaking of important, did you get everything I asked you to get?
Natsuki asked me to go out and buy some things if I didn't already have them on hand. Which reminds me... so don't get too mad, but... he fucking forgot. I say that so she might go a bit easier on me when I tell her I forgot to go shopping. But judging by the look on her face, I doubt it helped.
Oh, don't tell me you forgot! Are you kidding me?
I know, I'm sorry. What an idiot. And again, I'm glad she will actually call him out on this.
What were you doing all weekend and you forgot to go shopping?
Well, I was practicing my poem for the festival. Which isn't completely a lie. I did actually spend some time reciting my poem to myself. Natsuki, meanwhile, looks at me with disbelief.
You were practicing your poem?
Yeah? Natsuki sighs and her expression softens a bit.
Well, I guess I'll give you a pass this time. I expected you to say you were playing video games all weekend. But don't think you're completely off the hook. We still need those baking supplies if we want to get anything done.
Well, I do have some money, and it's only like a mile to town. Do you want to just go buy the stuff we need?
Well, it's not like we have any other choice. Just so you know, it's not a date or anything.
Alright. Natsuki gets flustered very easily. They're just going to buy baking supplies, and she immediately has to say, it's not a date. Natsuki sets her bag down next to the door as I head upstairs to retrieve my money. When I come down, I see Natsuki standing in the doorway, her hands on her hips.
Come on, dummy. We don't have all day.
I'm coming. We both part from my house and head towards town. So, what kind of cupcakes are we gonna make? Natsuki ponders this for a bit.
I'm thinking just normal chocolate cupcakes with vanilla frosting.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like we should do something special. It is the festival, after all.
Something special with the cupcakes?
Yeah, but like, something more than just the flavors. What the hell?
Everything just kind of stopped for a minute there. I couldn't speak for a minute. That was odd. Moving on. Yeah, you ever actually get that sometimes? Where you just try to speak, is like... the words just don't come out. Not even like a stressful situation or anything. It's just, you're just speaking normally and then just, it just block. It's like vocal cords just decide to shut down for a second.
Sorry about that. Just opening my second drink. I forgot to make a tea, so I gotta deal with Pepsi. I wanted to have to do with the actual look of the cupcakes.
Kinda like those cat cupcakes on my first day, right?
Yes, exactly!
Something related to the look of the cupcakes? Well, it is a literature event. Maybe you could put kanji characters on each one.
Like in the frosting?
Yeah, every cupcake could have a different character on it, and people could choose a cupcake based on which characters they like the most. Basically saying, hey, write A, B, C. Or just straight up words.
That's actually not that bad of an idea.
Natsuki looks at the ground, seemingly disappointed she didn't come up with that first. Well, do you want to do it?
Considering that's the best idea we have, I guess so.
Alright then. By now, we finally reached downtown. Natsuki spots a kitchen supply store, and we both quickly head towards it. Once inside, Natsuki holds her phone up in front of my face.
I've already texted you what we need, so just go off that for your list of supplies to get.
Will we need anything special for the characters?
Just a smaller frosting nozzle. I'll get that. You just focus on your stuff.
Sounds like a plan. Natsuki heads off into a nearby aisle while I pull out my phone. I scroll through my texts and eventually find the list she sent me. Well then, let's start with French vanilla extract. Within a couple of minutes, I found everything on the list. As I place the final ingredient into my basket, Natsuki walks up to me. She dumps her stuff in my basket and walks with me to the register. I hand over my money, and before I know it, we're already walking back to my house. We arrive quickly and immediately get to work. It only takes about 10 minutes before the entire kitchen is a mess. Utensils, bowls, and spilled ingredients cover the countertops. Natsuki has her focus on the cupcakes themselves while I work on the frosting.
Hey, where's the food coloring?
Still in the bag on the table. Why?
I'm gonna color the batter different colors so it looks cooler, even if the flavor is still chocolate or vanilla.
Think we should do that to the frosting as well?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you the food coloring once I'm done.
Alright. I've noticed that Natsuki's been a lot more calm and friendly towards me ever since we started baking. Hey, the hobbies chill people out. Even if it's something as potentially labor-intensive as baking. She's in her element. That's what's going on. She's been instructing me on what to do, but it's been more friendly advice rather than a command. The only explanation I've come up with is that cooking puts Natsuki's mind at ease and makes her less hostile. But it's not like that's uncommon. Talking about or doing something they're passionate about puts a smile on anyone's face. Exactly. Natsuki has her baking, I have my gunpla, building. Other people have stuff like gardening. Yeah, everyone's got the little hobby that they just love to do. Monaco with playing the piano, Yuri with reading, Sayori with eating, and Natsuki with baking.
Baron, come on, focus!
Natsuki's voice interrupts my thoughts. Oh, sorry. I resume stirring the frosting while Natsuki drops the food coloring into the batter. Once she's done with that, she scoops the batter into little baking cups and places them in a tray.
Preheat to 350.
Natsuki mumbles instructions to herself as she messes around with the oven. I hear a beep and she walks over to check on my progress. Hey, is the icing good? Natsuki looks at the bowl with a judgmental expression.
You're getting there. You just have to...
Natsuki takes the whisk from my hands and starts stirring.
Really beat the crap out of it.
After a few seconds, I retrieve the whisk from Natsuki and follow in her example.
Good. You're a fast learner.
Thanks. You're a good teacher. Natsuki's face turns slightly red.
Yeah, I am.
I chuckle at Natsuki's gloating as she walks back to her workspace. Once the icing's a good consistency, I retrieve the food coloring from Natsuki.
Hey, watch where you're putting your hands, dummy. I don't want you getting icing everywhere.
I look down at my hands and realize they're covered in icing. Bro, how messy of a fucking person are you? How do you get your hands covered in icing just with a whisk? Oh, jeez.
How did I not notice that? Don't ask me. You're the one who didn't notice his hands were covered in icing.
Natsuki looks at me with a smirk. Oh, being smug, are we? Oh my god, we have a fucking icing fight?
Well, take that!
I wipe my index finger on Natsuki's cheek, leaving a glob of icing behind. Natsuki shoots me a look of both shock and anger.
Oh, you didn't.
Now it's my turn to be smug. Oh, but I did. Natsuki's face suddenly lights up. Without warning, she dips her finger in the frosting bowl and swipes it across my entire face. You're gonna waste the icing! No one wants to eat face icing.
You look so dumb.
I walk over to the sink and grab a paper towel. So that's how it's gonna be, huh? I dramatically wipe my hands as Natsuki braces herself.
Yep.
And so be it. I take the paper towel and attempt to shove it in Natsuki's face. Dude, what the fuck are you guys doing? You got the oven, preheating. You want to get that batter in there quick enough. Don't let it sit. But she swipes the towel out of my hand and throws it to the side.
Hey, hey!
I slowly back up and put my hands up. Doesn't have to be like this. Natsuki ignores my call for a truce and tries to wipe icing across my face again. This time, I catch her wrist as she swoops in. She tries to fight back with her other hand, but I grab that one as well. Oh my god. The frosting on her fingers is weird looking. I know this is a CG from the base game. But still, it's just a little odd.
Stop!
Only if you apologize for getting frosting on my face.
You're the one that started it.
But I only did a little. You smeared it across my entire face. Now apologize.
Fine, fine. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Now apologize to me.
I'm sorry as well.
Thank you.
Alright, that's that. I'd say I win this one.
Oh, yeah?
Suddenly, I feel a sharp pain in my right shin. Bro, she kicked us. She fucking kicked us in the shins. Natsuki fights dirty. I let go of Natsuki's wrists and stumble back.
Ow! Did you just kick me? I warned you. Ah, jeez.
I hold my leg in pain as Natsuki stands triumphantly.
Don't underestimate me. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. And I surrender. Ha! I win.
You may have won the battle, but not the war.
If one kick can send you down, winning the war will be a piece of cake.
I roll my eyes, inciting another laugh from Natsuki.
Alright, we should probably get back to work.
Yeah, probably. Natsuki and I wipe our faces off and pick up where we left off. I scoop some icing into a separate bowl and color the rest of it a light pink. Natsuki pulls the batch of cupcakes out of the oven and puts the other batch in. Using the food coloring, I dye the icing I set aside black.
Why'd you do that?
For the kanji characters.
Oh, okay. Finish up mixing the food coloring, then give it to me.
Why?
I'm gonna put it in the frosting bag, duh.
She gestures towards the small plastic bag she brought with her. Alright. I quickly finish mixing in the coloring and hand Natsuki the bowl. She scoops the icing into a bag and ties a thin nozzle around the end.
Put this to the side for now. We still need to frost the cupcakes before we can add the characters. Speaking of which...
Natsuki brings the tray of cupcakes over to the table.
Let's get started. Whew, all done.
We both look triumphantly over the frosted trays of cupcakes. Hey, cool, and nothing went wrong, and the icing fight lasted a lot less... it took a lot less time than it did in base game. It was a lot less awkward. Yeah, they look pretty cute. Kind of fitting, seeing you're the one who made them.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, please, we're not at school. It's not like anyone's judging you. Just admit that you're cute.
I'm not cute!
Fine, fine, whatever you say.
Just focus on doing the characters. Jeez. Here, let me show you how to do it.
Natsuki quickly teaches me how to use the frosting bags, and we quickly get to work.
Finally!
Yeah, finally. Took us longer than expected, but we finally finished and placed them neatly in rows on trays.
That was fun.
I guess.
What? You didn't have fun?
No, I did. I just didn't expect it to take that long.
wouldn't have taken that long. We didn't have to go to the store. I said I'm sorry. Yeah. I just wish we had more time so we could read some manga or something. And I really have to get home. My dad's making dinner tonight.
Ah, lucky. I'm on my own for dinner tonight. Frankly, I'm not really that hungry. I might just skip it.
No!
Natsuki's sudden outburst shocks me. Stare at her in disbelief.
I mean, you shouldn't do that. You should always appreciate every meal you get.
Wow, dinner must be really important to you.
More than you can imagine.
Growing up, we'd only really have family dinner when everyone was home. Considering both my parents worked a lot, it was a rare occurrence. Especially now. Yeah, dude. His dad is never not in his life anymore, and his mom is always away on work. Natsuki and I sit in an awkward silence before she starts for her bag.
I should get going. Right. I'll walk you out.
Natsuki collects her things, and I walk her outside. Felt like the afternoon flew by too quickly. However, it was nice spending time with her. It was an opportunity to get to know her better. You barely know anything other than she likes cupcakes. She likes baking. I wouldn't say you got to know her that well.
Well, I guess I'll see you then. Yeah, it was fun cooking with you.
Yeah, we should do it again sometime.
Huh?
I'm just saying, if you ever want to bake something, I'd be glad to help.
That's...
Natsuki steps closer and looks up at me. Her expression is tense, as if she's trying to hide her emotions.
Really nice of you.
I open my mouth to say something, but Natsuki quickly pulls away.
I gotta go. Bye.
Bye. Natsuki quickly rushes off, and I'm left alone. Guess I'd better get to cleaning. Okay. Easily flustered Natsuki and still dense as rock Game Baron. Okay, I can mostly skip this stuff. Yeah, so, day of the festival, prep is nearly done because of all the stuff we did over the weekend. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 4 trays in one box, or in a box. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. And I can go skip, right? Yep. Yeah, so we met up with Sayori along the way. She has her stuff ready to go. And now we're in, and we got the cupcakes. We're setting them down to prep for the festival. Fully. It's festival time, baby. I put down the trays of cupcakes I'm holding and grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Alright, so that's just more stuff we've seen where he just comments on the pamphlets. Yeah, looking good. Make people want to take the club seriously. Just kind of looking at everyone. Everyone's poems are in it. Yada yada yada. All of that fun stuff. Just then, Natsuki bursts into the room, her school bag swinging wildly. Yuri trails in behind her, carrying a rolled-up banner and large duffel bag. So yeah, they got... So Yuri did her thing, which is decorations and the aromatherapy thing. I don't think she said it yet, but Sayori's got her goodie bags that she made, and me and Natsuki made the cupcakes. While Monica dealt with pamphlets. And probably, you know, the actual admin side of this festival.
Baron.
I jump at the sudden outburst. Yes?
Where are the cupcakes? Don't tell me you forgot them.
Is it normal to be scared by a tiny underclassman girl? I mentally shake myself. I really gotta get it together.
Relax, they're right here.
Just hold on a minute. I step over to where I put down the box of cupcakes and begin unpacking the trays.
Don't lay them out so messily.
Quite the bossy little princess, eh? He refers to her a princess. God damn it. This... Yeah, clearly Game Baron already has a thing for her. Good job, buddy. You're already calling her a princess to yourself.
Then you wouldn't mind... Then if you wouldn't mind... Sayori, can you help me with these?
Yuri gestures at her bag, to which Sayori nods cheerfully. I help Natsuki with the cupcakes, while Yuri and Sayori start putting up decorations. Meanwhile, Monica continues putting down pamphlets. It isn't long before Natsuki has carefully rearranged the cupcakes in a neat formation.
Looks really good if I say so myself.
I'd have to agree. They make a pretty good team.
Yeah. Hey, Baron, next time we do something like this, I can carry some trays too.
Eh? It's totally fine with me. And my arms are longer too, after all, so I can carry more.
Still, we're a team, aren't we? I gotta carry my weight too. I'm not some helpless damsel in distress, you know.
Or a helpless shoujo manga heroine?
Alright, mister, can it?
As I laugh, I glance over at Sayori and Yuri. And they're talking about the banner. Prepping, yep. Festival is underway, they're doing their performance, but things go badly. Alright, yep. So we started doing our recital and things ended terribly. People were laughing, talking, wolf whistling people. Oh. Everyone left, and now Monica and Natsuki are having a huge fight. Monica says that we had to do this and give it a try. It was the only way for the club to grow. While Natsuki's in the camp of, you forced us to do this. This is all your fault it went terribly. And last 2 times I sided with Monica. I gotta do it just to see her side. Ugh. Oh, this is gonna pain me. Natsuki. I really do hate taking sides like this. Monica's the president, though, so I hope she won't take this personally. Monica, believe me when I say that I know this club means a lot to you. I've only been here for a few days, and I can see that already. I can already see that. In fact, it means a lot to all of us. Every one of us cares so much for the club that we're able to soldier on and keep performing despite all the crap we got. But at the same time, perhaps Natsuki has a point. You were clearly the most enthusiastic about this festival out of everyone here. She sighs, and it's clear that she's frustrated. It wouldn't surprise me if she was disappointed in this either. Well, pardon me for wanting the club to do well. Why was everyone so against it? I didn't force any of you. You all agreed of your own accords. I thought you'd use the weekend to practice. That should have been plenty of time.
The way you pushed it into us, it felt like we didn't have a choice.
You guys didn't have to agree. Do you not know how to stand up for yourselves?
Monica. You know how it is. It's hard enough as it is having to go against your friends. When your friend has such high expectations for everything on top of that. It's just easier to get swept up in trying to keep everyone happy. And on top of that, not everyone here is outspoken as you. Exactly. But that's not the point anyhow. You all did fine in your first recitations during our club meeting. Everything should have gone well. It's just that we never could have expected that people would act this way. If the event had been a success, you can bet this conversation wouldn't be happening right now. Well, if we'd never decided to do anything for the festival, then we wouldn't have to worry about this crap anyway. But we had to do something for the festival. Do you just want the club to remain stagnant forever? Is this place just supposed to be some hangout for 5 people?
Oh, okay. Yeah, this didn't go well. There's a fierce glint in those green eyes now, and I'm almost afraid of speaking up. It seems like I'm the only one here that actually wants this club to do well. The only one who strives for greater heights. How is anyone ever going to see how amazing what we've built is if we never show it to anyone? What's wrong with the club being small? I'd rather have a few people who really care than a ton of idiots who are only here because of your popularity. Quality is more important than quantity, after all. I'm sure the others would agree on that front as well. Suddenly, Monica turns to face me. I won't lie. It's scary having to see the full force of the normally cool-headed and diplomatic leader's temper.
Baron, with all due respect, you haven't even been here for a week. How would you, of all people, know what the other members want?
Oh my god. I kind of prefer the version where I talk to Monica on the roof, because everything settled quickly. This is just going terribly. Oh my god. Like, holy shit. This took a turn.
Monica? Baron only means well.
Sayori looks like she's about to say more, but one withering look from Monica stops her in her tracks.
And I'm sure that many villains throughout history only meant well too. Now you're just being unfair. No. You know what's really unfair? What's unfair is the fact that I'm the only one who has to pick up the slack. I'm the one who has to take on the blame for all the mistakes. You think it's easy having to live up to everyone's expectations? Although I guess it's too much for you to understand, Natsuki. After all, you always heap the blame onto others and criticize everyone but yourself. Why don't you go do some introspection for once in your life? Then you might be able to see why you barely have any friends.
Shit! Damn, Monica! Fuck! You fucking killed her, dude. There's silence for a moment, a silence that lengthens into impossibly long minutes. I look towards Yuri and Sayori for help, but both look understandably shocked by Monica's words. Natsuki's face has grown red, and it looks like she's starting to tear up despite her best attempts at keeping up the hostile look. Monica, on the other hand, has turned away so that I can't see her face. Yuri, Sayori, and I exchange a series of looks and expressions as the silence stretches out. There's a veritable game of eyebrow charades going on between the three of us. None of us know what to say or how to break the silence,
But we all know that someone has to. I'm relieved that I have the two of them to rely on here, though. They had to experience the disaster that was the festival, too. And yet they're still fighting through their own emotions to try to keep the club together. The only sounds right now are the small sniffling noises coming from Natsuki. The longer the silence stretches, the harder it's going to be to break it. Somehow, the three of us managed to soundlessly decide that it should be me to speak up. But before I can do so, we're surprised by Monica finally interrupting the silence with a sigh. I shouldn't have said that. I was looking back on what I said, and, well, if someone had said those things about me, I'd be upset, to say the least. The pressure just finally broke me, I guess. I really do have tons of things going on in my life. But that doesn't excuse my actions. I shouldn't assume things about your lives when I have no idea what struggles you're going through either. I don't expect you to forgive me anytime soon, but just know that I'm sorry. Monica is still turned away, but Sayori shoots me a hopeful look. I think it's safe to say that words were said that no one really intended. Tensions were obviously running high after the disaster that the festival turned out to be. And I guess everything just boiled over in the argument. I agree! It just goes to show how much we all care about the club and each other. If we didn't care, we wouldn't be feeling so horrible. Monica, you're really good at organizing these kinds of things, so I can really see why you wanted to succeed the way you did. It's only normal. But you have to remember that we all chose to come here for a reason, and that's because we enjoy it here. We really do care. I'm sorry if it seems like we're blaming you for everything going wrong, but it's definitely no one's fault. Monica starts to slowly turn back to face us. But you have to admit you were kind of harsh to Natsuki. She stops moving, causing Sayori to speed on through her speech. Anyway, I'm so glad that you apologized to Natsuki in the end, because we're all friends here, and we need to stick together. We shouldn't be fighting when we hit obstacles. We should be supporting each other. So I hope you can find in your heart to forgive Natsuki, even though she said some really mean things to you. And hopefully we can move on from this and become closer than ever. I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm sorry, tensions are still gonna be high. That's just, you can't take it back. I mean, I guess props to Natsuki for not running away, but I mean, fight or flight, and she did neither. She just shut down, which I guess could be a variation of flight. Monica, she was ready for a fight back when we sided with her, but then she fled. So, yeah. Hey, it goes to show people aren't so black and white. You can't just say they'll do one thing or the other. They got a variety of, reactions, obviously. But, like, holy fuck. Yes, I believe that the best thing we can do right now is try to forgive each other and learn from this experience. Monica faces us now, looking each of us in the eye. Natsuki misses her gaze, still looking down at the ground with tear-streaked cheeks. You guys... Thank you all for being the best club members I could wish for. Now that I've thought about it, it really is me who's in the wrong here. I should have just accepted you guys weren't quite as into the festival idea as I was. It was wrong of me to push you into something you weren't comfortable with.
Well, that's all said and done now, so no use crying over spilt milk, right?
No, a good president wouldn't have pressured the people into doing this. Looking back, how could I have been so selfish and blind? Everybody has momentary lapses of judgment, and you shouldn't blame yourself for that. I'm with Yuri on that. After all, you made this lovely club for all of us, and we really owe you for that. And Natsuki, I'm truly sorry for what I said. I was just jumping to conclusions and making false assumptions. Plus, we're all friends, although I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to call me a friend anymore.
We all await with bated breath for Natsuki's answer. I exchanged nervous glances with Yuri and Sayori, the latter of the two actually looking like she's holding her breath. Natsuki quickly wipes the tears off her face with her sleeves. She looks smaller than ever, and so alone. It makes me want to protect her more than ever. Where the fuck is this savior complex coming from?
Whatever. It's fine. The only thing I ask...
She looks down at the floor, then to her right, and then at the ceiling. It's as if she's hoping for the right words to appear in front of her.
The only thing I want is for us to stop fighting. I come to this club to get away from all that junk, and I don't want things to be ruined. So, yeah. If it'll make things go back to normal, I'll forgive you.
Sayori gives a little hop in excitement when Natsuki says that, and I can't help but sigh in relief as well. Monika smiles gently at Natsuki, who finally meets her eyes.
Thank you for putting the club above your own feelings, Natsuki.
Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that we all appreciate it.
You guys should hug it out! I get that must have taken a lot to say that, so I'm truly grateful for that.
That was a little weird. Monika reaches out to hug Natsuki, but the smaller girl flinches away. I'm sorry. I should have known it'd be too soon.
No. Well, it's fine.
Natsuki makes an attempt at smiling at Monika.
It may take some time for reconciliation to be finished with, but I'm happy that everyone is trying their best. Yeah! Reconsideration can take a long time! No, that's not quite right.
Well, close enough. Yes, reconsideration is the same as reconciliation, Sayori. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And with that, the spell holding us all in place seems to have been broken. Any of you staying to check out the rest of the festival?
No, I'm feeling quite exhausted after all the emotional stress we've just had to endure. Me too. All I want to do right now is take a long nap.
Same here, honestly.
We still have to clean up the classroom, though.
We all grimly turn to face the mess the visitors have left behind. I'm really not looking forward to cleaning that up.
Do we have to? Sayori, you don't want to betray our club advisor's trust now, do you? Why are you you always so right, Yuri?
Everyone chuckles a bit, with even Natsuki betraying a smile on her face. I'm sure it's less work than it looks, so I think it's fine if some of us leave early. Hey Baron, how would you walk Natsuki home for a change? I'm sure that Sayori's sick of your company by now. It's sweet of Monica to let Natsuki off the hook like that, and in such a casual way too. This way, it doesn't look like she's babying her or anything.
Hey! No fair! I want to go home too!
Sayori pretends to pout for a bit, but quickly regains a smile on her face. Come on, guys. The faster we get to work, the faster we'll get to go home. After exchanging goodbyes, I walk out of the classroom with Natsuki. It's surreal to hear the sounds of chatter and laughter floating towards us from the rest of the festival, after everything that just took place. Silence falls between us. I'm not quite sure whether I should try to cheer her up, or just leave her alone with her thoughts. I spot a vending machine at the end of the hall, and decide on the former. Here, you want a snack? A little sugar always cheers me up when I feel down.
Sure, I guess.
What do you want?
It doesn't really matter, but chocolate's pretty good.
I approach the vending machine, digging change out of my pockets. Within a few moments, a solid thunk sounds from the bottom of the machine. I hand her the bar of chocolate. I just picked one of my favorites, so I hope we have similar tastes.
White chocolate. Not bad.
Does that mean she likes it? Oh, so cool. Our Game Baron likes white chocolate. That's one of his favorites. Alright. Random tidbit. I'll take it. I watch as she carefully places the snack into her bag. You're not gonna eat it? The question seems to startle Natsuki, and I feel a little bad when she jumps a bit. I guess she's still feeling a little shaky?
No, I kinda like to savor things in my own time.
Not a bad idea. I tend to blow through snacks and stuff myself.
I guess I like to try to make things last as long as possible.
That's pretty understandable. With that, another silence falls over us, but this time it's a comfortable silence. We walk together, side by side, in a bubble of companionship that seems to include just the two of us, and that makes the festival a distant reality. It isn't until we've reached the school entrance that I break the silence again. Which way are you headed? I'm going that way. I point to my left, causing Natsuki to give me a wry smile.
I'm in the opposite direction.
Oh, well, guess I'll see you tomorrow then.
Baron?
Eh?
It's okay if I keep coming to the club, right?
Huh? What do you mean? Of course you can. I mean, we're all going to be expecting you back there.
Never mind. See ya!
At that, she whirls around and darts away, leaving behind nothing but confusion in the air. She feels like she doesn't belong in the club anymore. Oh. Well, I guess I'll ask her about it tomorrow. But for now, it's time to make the trek home. Although, now that I think about it, there's nothing for me back home except anime and video games. I'll probably spend tonight stewing over that question then. Yeah, is it alright for Natsuki to come back to the club? It's like, what exactly does she mean by that? Alright, skipping through. Alright, so we woke up from our alarm. We thought we were going to be late for school, but it's the weekend, so we panicked for no reason. So we figured we'd go out. We went to a library or bookstore or whatever. Saw Monica, but she wasn't really in the talking mood. She's kind of focused on studying. Okay, for some reason I pull out the Portrait of Markov. Okay, so I guess we're just reading that book in our spare time. Because why not? I quickly flip to where I left off last night and begin reading. It's really quite a captivating book. If all the novels Yuri reads are like this, I can see why she'd be so absorbed in them all the time. Although, I can't help but feel the itch to read manga in the back of my mind. It's like an addiction at this point. I can't help but prefer manga to prose novels. That's it, prose. I remember that from yesterday. I'm in the middle of a chapter when I feel a tap on my shoulder. Oh, hey Natsuki.
What's up?
Not much. Just doing some reading.
Huh. Half expect you to be home playing video games.
Nah, that's my plan for tomorrow. Natsuki chuckles. Now, what are you doing here?
Oh, I was just checking this out.
Natsuki holds up the novel she has in her hands. Red Autumn Ride. Hey, I used to read that.
Really?
Yeah, I actually have the first couple of volumes at home.
Well, this is only the first one.
Actually, do you want to borrow my manga then, after you're done?
I mean, it's not like you really need to do that, since I can just go to the library.
Oh, well, suit yourself.
But it is more convenient to do that, because I won't have to walk all the way here. So...
You know what? Just text me when you need one.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to do.
Want to sit down?
Fine. I want to get this started anyway.
Okay, I want to see what Red Autumn Ride is a reference to. So, Google... Red Autumn Ride. I type in manga, and it'll should give me the closest thing I can find. Can I get a translation on this? Oh. Okay, Red Autumn Ride is totally not Blue Spring Ride, a romance drama. Alright, there we go. I love how I can just put these fake titles in, then add manga at the end, and it'll give me what I'm actually looking for. Natsuki takes a seat next to me, and we both start reading our respective books. I occasionally look over to see where Natsuki is in the volume. I vaguely remember what happens in the series, but seeing it again, the memories start coming back.
What are you looking at?
Natsuki's voice suddenly snaps me out of my thoughts. Oh, nothing. I go back to Portrait of Markov. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Natsuki peeking at me. Calling me out for peeking when she peeks at me. Bit hypocritical, don't you think? You know, I'm actually kind of thirsty. I'm gonna go grab a drink. Want anything?
Yeah, can I get a... Actually, you'll probably just end up getting me the wrong one. I'll come with you.
Alright.
Ah, the vending machine. Home of some of life's greatest choices. Eventually, I settle on a lemon lime soda. Although my decision was fairly quick, the same can't be said for Natsuki, who somehow looks both irritated and thoughtful at the same time. You look like someone who's trying to choose a house to buy, you know? Big decision, isn't it? Oh, shut up. I chuckle a bit as Natsuki continues to look. You know, when you said I would end up getting you the wrong one, I thought you meant you knew what you wanted. Well, they don't have what I wanted here, okay? Jeez. To say this outburst was unexpected would be a bit of an understatement. Instinct tells me that I should apologize, even though I don't really think I was that rude. I'm sorry? Natsuki gives me a slightly flustered look. It's fine. Although I am paying for it, so I think I have some sort of right to tease. Natsuki huffs and turns back to the machine. Her eyes dart back and forth a bit before she sighs. Okay, I'll just take this one, because I don't really care. I just want to read. Natsuki presses some buttons, and her soda drops out the bottom of the machine. Drinks in hand, we make our way back to the table. Or at least, we would, if there weren't some other students sitting at our table. It's a boy and a girl, and based on how the guy has his arm around the girl, definitely dating. What are they doing here? Natsuki quietly mouths her question to me. No idea. I take my seat and pop off the tab of my soda. After taking a swig, I return to Portrait of Markov. The eye on the cover stares ominously back at me. A chill runs down my spine, and I can't help but feel uneasy. Maybe I should have read some manga like usual. I look over to Natsuki and her own manga. Natsuki sits with her legs crossed, holding the volume up by her face. There's an awkwardness in the air that keeps distracting me, despite my attempts at ignoring it. I sneak glances over to the couple. They're both reading out of some large book, possibly a textbook. Not exactly my idea of a date, but hey, whatever works. We're just about to ignore them and carry on reading until the girl's voice rings out. Ugh. Was not expecting this. Hey, I think I've seen you guys before. We both look up at her, although she claims to recognize us. I don't think I've seen her before. That festival you guys held, you know, for the poetry thing? Natsuki's look of anger swiftly prompts me to respond. Oh, right. What exactly am I meant to say here? Talk about an awkward situation. You guys make a cute couple. She smiles sweetly. Called out. That came out of nowhere. No way! We're just friends! Jeez! They both chuckle, seeing Natsuki so flustered. Aw, shame. You'd make a cute couple. I don't know what the girl voice is changing all over the place. Who cares? They're only here for a short time. The girl cuts Natsuki off. Okay, babe, we should get going. The guy nods and packs up the book.
They both quickly head out the door, leaving Natsuki and I bewildered. I look over at her. She has an expression that's half confusion and half embarrassment. Well, that just happened.
Yeah.
Even with them gone, the awkward feeling in the air remains. But at least it's easier to focus now. I try and pick up from where I stopped. After a couple of minutes of reading, I start getting into my book, and the embarrassment begins to fade away. The outside world starts to drown out as I become more and more invested in the story. I stay like this until I finish the chapter, to which I finally come back to reality. Closing the volume, I look up at Natsuki, equally invested in the manga she's reading.
Almost done. Just a couple of pages.
Looks like you're pretty invested.
It's alright. The characters aren't really that likable so far.
Yeah, I don't remember liking any of them when I started too. At least some of them do the right things when it counts.
Hey! Spoilers! Sorry.
Kinda just slipped out. Anyway, do you still want the second volume?
Sure.
Alright, I'll bring it on Monday.
I don't get how you can prefer that creepy book Yuri gave you over manga. Parfait Girls is probably way more interesting.
Well, I can't deny that it's creepy, but you should give it a shot. It's actually pretty intriguing.
I'll pass. I don't like horror, so...
How about this? I'll read Parfait Girls if you read Portrait of Markov.
I don't know. Maybe.
Natsuki glances at the clock.
I gotta go.
Alright, see you Monday, Natsuki.
Yeah, bye.
Natsuki puts the volume in her bag and heads for the door. As I continue reading my book, I can't help but crack a smile at the thought of sharing my manga with her on Monday. Sharing manga with the tsundere. Act 2. Patience. There, now the border's changed to, pink. Okay, I can change this up. Just gonna update my title. There, title updated. Yeah, I'll keep going for a bit. We'll end it off at 12 though, no matter what. Ooh. Another Monday. Another week of school. I also didn't get much sleep last night. Fun. Oh well, it's not like I can skip class. Even if I did, if Mom found out, I wouldn't hear the end of it. But I like my free time, so I'll keep my mouth shut and do my work. The familiar chatter of students fills the hallways as I change into my school shoes. I waited up for Sayori today, so I arrived at school later than usual. Homeroom starts soon, so I'd better get moving. I don't know who this is. Just gonna hit save anyway. There we go.
Might be Natsuki, in all honesty. I'm not 100% sure. I'll just... I don't know. So someone is saying, hey, wait up. Huh? I spin around, looking for the source of the voice. Yeah, it is Natsuki, okay. I find Natsuki not that far behind me. Oh, hi, Natsuki. Hey. Do you have that copy of Red Autumn yet? Oh, yeah, right here. I open up my bag and pull out the manga. Natsuki quickly snatches it out of my hands. Do you have Parfait Girls? It's in the literature club, duh. I don't have it on me. Oh, alright. Dang. I was kind of hoping she had it on her. Just looking for something to do in homeroom. Do you think I have enough time to go and grab it? I doubt it. Homeroom starts in like 3 minutes. I check the clock on a nearby wall. Oh, yeah. Jeez. What homeroom are you in, by the way? 1C. You? 2B. Didn't know you were a first year. Yeah, they made her a first year high school student, while we are a second year. My amazing poem abilities made you think otherwise, didn't they? I can't help but smile a bit at how proud she is of her poetry. Indeed they did. Who's your homeroom teacher? Okay. Ah, hey, a little more world building. I have Omi-sensei. She's also my English teacher. Oh, I remember her. One of my classmates had her last year. Said she was really strict. Yeah, she is. She freaks out if literally anybody is late. But she's almost always late. It's so stupid. Yeah, I've heard all the stories. My homeroom teacher was late sometimes too. But I mean, he cuts everyone some slack, so no one really minds. He's pretty chill. Lucky. Anyway, what can I expect from this one? What one? The second volume. Natsuki taps her finger on the novel. Duh. Oh, right. That one. From what I can remember, it's relatively the same as Parfait Girls. First volume's an intro to the characters, second volume is where things start picking up. Alright. Suddenly, I hear the bell ring. My eyes dart over to the clock. It's 8:40. Oh crap, we're gonna be late! Natsuki's eyes meet the clock and her facial expression mirrors mine. That is to say, panic. God, how long did we talk? I'll see you at the literature club. Yeah, bye. Natsuki and I bolt in opposite directions. When I get to my class, I'm one of the last to arrive. As per usual, Sakurai isn't here yet. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Without him here, everyone is talking amongst themselves rather than finding their seats. I think I'll drop my stuff off and grab a quick drink. Is this gonna be Emi or Shiori? So someone's saying hey. Huh? It's Shiori, okay. Oh, hey, Shiori. Hey. I just wanted to say I really liked your poem. Poem? Oh, the festival. Right. What? You forgot already? I've been trying to. Yeah, I don't blame you. Those guys were idiots. You could say that again. Yeah, it sucks you had to deal with that. That ought to mess up your whole getting new members thing.
You don't say. Hey, speaking of which, didn't you say you're gonna come to one of our meetings, right?
Oh, that? Yeah, that was just to make Monica feel better. I'm not actually going. It clashes with my band practice anyway.
Okay, fair enough. It's just unfortunate we couldn't control them, even though it's our club.
Mm-hmm. They only stopped when that one girl yelled at all of them.
Oh, Natsuki? Yeah, I wish it hadn't come to that. Oh well, nothing we can do now.
Yep. Alright. Alright, well, time for attendance, since Sakurai isn't here.
Again. Shiori snickers at my little joke.
I know, right? Anyway.
She turns to the rest of the class. Yeah, again, she is the class rep, so she will take attendance. Especially if the teacher isn't here.
In your seats, everybody. Let's take attendance.
Everybody breaks up from their groups and takes their seats. I do the same and idly watch her as she takes the attendance. About 2 minutes pass before the door opens and in walks Sakurai. My apologies, class. Had a late night. Besides, it should be illegal to make people wake up before 9. A light laughter follows his quip. He's certainly not wrong. Alright, it's time to take attendance. Let's see here. Oh, it seems like someone beat me to it. He looks up at Shiori, who smiles proudly in return. So, only Emmy is absent? As if on cue, the door swings open. The door swings open and in walks Emmy. Of course Emmy's late.
Sorry, sir,
Don't worry about it, Emmy. Trust me, I'm not in a position to criticize people for being late. More laughter. That was a prime example of why Sakurai is so popular and respected among the students. Alright guys, let's get right to it. Pull out your notes. A couple of groans come from the back of the class. Yeah, I know, but we've got a lot to cover today. Now, if you've been paying attention, which I hope you have been, you'll know our current focus is on 20th century Europe. Specifically, the events leading up to World War I. I think it was back in I think it was the Sayori route we were learning about World War II? Cool. Now, the question is, what kind of political climate leads to a war that ended up killing 17 million people? Well, guys, I'm glad you asked. Or at least, I'll pretend like you did. Looks like lesson time has begun. The lesson continues on as normal, with nothing out of the ordinary happening. Notes are taken, questions are answered, normal, boring classroom stuff. Despite how typical the lesson is, Sakurai's energy holds my attention so well, the bell surprises me. A couple of people say goodbye, but most of us just wave as Sakurai packs up his stuff and walks out the door. It's finally lunchtime. This is probably my favorite part of the day, excluding the literature club, of course. Sayori's in my lunch period. Maybe I'll sit with her today? If I can find her, that is. Oh, there she is. Sayori's sitting by the wall on a bench, all alone. She's gazing off into the distance, staring at nothing. Maybe I won't disturb her? She seems like she's not in a good mood today. I'm sorry, sir, but you are going to be talking to your best friend. We're going to sit with Sayori. Hey, Sayori.
What?
Seems like I startled her. Guess she didn't see me coming.
Oh, hi, Baron. I didn't see you there.
Sorry about that. I was just wondering if we wanted to eat lunch together. You know, like we used to.
Sure. That sounds like fun.
Alright, cool. Sayori slides over, and I take a seat next to her. Both of us reach into our bags and pull out our lunches. So, how's the day been so far?
Not bad. I kind of fell asleep in math class.
Sayori, exactly what time did you go to bed last night?
That's not important. I was just tired, I swear.
I raise an eyebrow. Sayori.
Besides, math class is boring.
Oh, yeah. Alright, fair enough. She breathes a sigh of relief.
Hey, wait! You were saying you were really sleepy on your walk to school today. And complaining you had a hard time falling asleep?
Maybe.
Aaron! You can't tell me to go to bed early if you're not going to go to bed early either. That's hypocrisy.
Fine. You got me. That doesn't change the fact you need to go to bed earlier.
You need to do it too.
Okay. How about this? I'll go to bed earlier if you do too.
Fair enough.
Alright, cool.
They shouldn't make us come to school so early anyway.
Yeah, but if we started late, we'd probably finish in the late afternoon or the evening.
Oh yeah.
Besides, I've got Sakurai in the morning, and it makes history enjoyable.
Don't you like history?
Depends on the subject matter. Some time periods are more interesting than others.
Yeah, I guess so. What's your favorite time period?
Tough question. I don't really know. You?
Oh, ancient Greece! I love the Greek gods! Wait, no, the Roman Empire! Yeah, their culture is so interesting!
I mean, wasn't the Roman Empire like ancient Greece 2, Electric Boogaloo? Didn't the Romans just steal their culture from the Greeks?
I take it back. Ancient Greece is the best.
I can't help but smile. Sayori is still as bubbly as ever. Well, there's the bell. See you at the Literature Club, Sayori.
Bye, Baron.
It really is, you know, just Rome, ancient Rome is ancient Greece too, Electric Boogaloo. Ah, the Literature Club. The best part of my day. And the week has dragged by really slowly, but thankfully it's Friday today. That excitement that looms over you the entire day is both a blessing and a curse. A blessing in the sense that you're home free once school is over. A curse in the sense that it makes the day seems a lot longer than usual. Oh well, no sense in complaining. If I remember correctly, Natsuki said she had a poem she wanted to show me. Took a bit of coaxing in the beginning, but I've gotten to the point with Natsuki that she'll actually take my constructive criticism. She's very stubborn when it comes to her poems and writing style, so this is a big step forward. At least for me it is. I'm not completely sure if the other girls are on good terms with Natsuki at the moment. Ever since the festival, things have been kind of tense. It's eased up a bit, yeah, but it's still there. I don't really know how to deal with it though. I don't think anyone does. So for now, we're kind of stuck. After a bit of walking, I reach the club room door, but find myself hesitating to open it. You know, I kinda don't feel like dealing with all the tension in the club today. And I'm suddenly feeling tired. Maybe I'll just... Whoa! I jump back, startled. Natsuki sticks her head out the door with a confused look on her face.
Hey, are you coming in or what? You're just standing there like an idiot.
Oh, I sigh. Well, no turning back now. Yeah, I'll be right in.
Well, hurry it up. You don't have all day.
I hear ya. I walk inside the club room and am greeted by the same old sight. Monica is talking with Sayori at the front of the room, Yuri is reading at one of the desks, and Natsuki is lost somewhere in the closet. She pops out about a minute later with a piece of paper in her hands.
Here, take a look at this one.
Alright, we get more poems. Alright, I'll take it. The Deer. A beaten down path in between the trees. As I walk along, all of a sudden I see a deer in the thicket staring back at me. He struts his antlers like it's a crown, his soft brown fur that blends in with the ground, his gentle hooves that don't make a sound. He's the king of the forest, and I must bow down. A deer in the thicket staring back at me. He turns around and runs into the trees. Not stuck on a path, allowed to roam free. Oh, how I wish that were me.
So, what did you think?
Not bad at all. Natsuki smiles proudly. I think that I get the symbolism. The deer represents a sort of desire to be free, to follow your passions, yeah?
Yeah, that's about right.
I see. Yeah, I like the symbolism. Is it your first time writing about anything nature-related?
Yeah? Why?
Well, this is just my opinion. But I feel like it could have been a bit more descriptive.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, what really makes your poems unique is how they convey complex ideas with simpler words and phrases. But nature, if you look at it from a certain angle, isn't really all that complex. It's just pretty. And when describing something pretty, typically descriptive words work better. I get that nature wasn't the primary focus of the poem, but I think more descriptive words would have added to it. You know what I mean? Natsuki looks at me quizzically. Strangely enough, I don't really see any anger in her expression. More just skepticism. Finally, she speaks up.
Since when did you become a poem expert?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Are you kidding me? You sounded like Monica there. Not gonna lie, I did not expect that.
Well, what can I say? You've had an effect on me.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, you taught me to look at poems more constructively. And my style's very much like yours.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't been listening to your constructive criticism. So, yeah.
I find myself smiling. I hand back Natsuki's poem. Hey, you want to read some more Parfait Girls or something?
Sure.
Cool. I'll go grab it. Usual spot?
Yep.
Gotcha. Natsuki goes to sit over by the wall while I grab the book from my bag.
Which volume are you on, by the way? 8 or 9? I can't remember.
8.
Ah.
I sit down next to Natsuki, opening the novel to where I'd left off the night before.
Hey, I remember you mentioning that you'd be open to baking some more or something. I'm free tomorrow, so, like, if you want to...
I'd love to.
Really?
Of course. I had a blast baking with you back during the festival. I'd be glad to do it again.
Sure. That sounds good.
What time do you want to come over?
2? Would that work?
Works just fine.
Okay, cool.
Alright, now where were we? Immediately interrupted by Monica. Thanks, Monica. Oh, sorry, I gotta stretch. Ugh, I get stiff in this chair sometimes. Ooh. Okay, everyone. I'd like you all to come to the front. I have an idea you guys might want to hear. Alright, never mind, I guess.
I swear she times it perfectly just to mess with us.
All I can do is shrug, and Natsuki and I join Yuri and Sayori in the front of the room. Oh, good God. I am not doing Halloween. I am not doing Halloween. And that was just on by default? Huh. Interesting. So guys, but as you know, Halloween is coming up pretty soon. So Sayori and I were talking, and she suggested we could have a Halloween party. Thoughts?
A Halloween party?
How many people were we talking exactly? Oh, just us. It's more like a get-together than a full-blown party.
Yeah, we could all dress up, play games, and share ghost stories.
Or better yet, we could all write horror poems and share them. I see a slight flicker in Yuri's eyes when Monica mentions horror poems.
I think that could be fun, if you guys want to, that is.
Natsuki sighs.
Do they have to be horror poems?
Well, it's Halloween, isn't it? If you really want to, Natsuki, you can write about something different.
No, it's fine. I can manage. It's just we haven't shared poems since the festival.
As predicted, the clubroom goes silent. The tension in the air is painfully apparent, and all it took was a mention of the festival. Sayori and I exchange glances before Monica finally breaks the awkward silence. That is true. Well, I guess this will be where we start that up again. Monica's voice begins to trail off, but I start talking before the club devolves into another awkward silence. What about food? Ah, good question, Baron.
Baron and I could bake cookies.
Baron? Does that sound good? Yeah, that sounds fine. I'm down.
Great. How about drinks?
Yori?
Me? I guess I could bring some refreshments.
Excellent. Thank you, Yori.
Sayori and I will bring chips and things like that. I have one question, Monica.
Yeah? What is it?
Where would we be having the party? Right here, in the club room.
Wait. Assuming we'll be having the party while it's dark out, wouldn't the school be closed? Yes, it will be. After seeing the devious grin on Sayori's face, I finally get it. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. We're so gung-ho for breaking into the school.
You guys couldn't possibly be suggesting we break into the school? Bingo! Sayori! Monica, you let Sayori talk you into this?
Well, truth be told, that's the one part I'm not particularly keen on. Maybe we could have it in one of your houses? Natsuki?
No way! My dad would never let me have a party at our house. Come on, screw having it at our houses. Let's break into the school. We could get into so much trouble.
Ah, come on, Yuri. Live a little. Besides, you know how creepy it'll be? School during the night? You can't compare that to hosting at one of our houses.
Yeah, Baron is right. The school will be perfect. You know, Sayori, I never took you for a rule breaker. I'm actually kind of impressed.
Sayori smiles a devilish grin. Okay, I love this interaction. I'm sorry. I really like it. Monica's not keen on the idea, but will go along with it. Yuri is the one who's worried the most. Natsuki is full bore for this. So is Sayori, and I guess so is me. Yeah, Sayori's always had a mischievous side to her.
Don't be so mean, Baron.
Alright, sorry. You know I'm right, though. Sayori begins to jokingly pout, inciting a smile from me.
If you guys really insist.
Well, if everyone else is okay with it, then I suppose the school will do. Oh, before I forget, Yori.
Yes?
Do you think we could do something atmosphere related for the party, like you did with the festival? Yuri closes her eyes and takes a breath.
Yes, of course. It won't be exactly like the festival, if that's alright.
Yeah, no problem. We'll sort out the final details later, so don't worry. So, poems, ghost stories, food, what else?
Oh, costumes!
Yes, costumes. Thank you, Sayori.
Do we have to? Come on, Natsuki, please? That'll be fun, I swear! Fine, I'll dress up. Thank you! I can't wait to see what everyone will come up with. Ugh, what happened there? It'll surely be a sight to see.
There's a general murmur of agreement between everyone. Alright, well, I think that's about it. Hey, would you look at that? Right on time. Good talk today, guys. See you all later. Okay, hopefully the option is clicked so I don't have to go skip through Halloween. Because that'll be annoying. Okay, so I think we're just prepping for Halloween then now. Maybe. More than likely. Sorry, just gotta clear some things out real fast. Because they're bugging me. Alright, that's done so. Cool. Yeah, I can continue on a bit. It's Saturday. Natsuki's coming over again, and I'm stressing out like it's the festival all over again. Mainly just because my house is a mess. Alright, well, I have an hour before Natsuki gets here. I better get to cleaning. Or not. I reluctantly head to the door to let Natsuki in. She's an hour early, Jesus.
Hey!
Natsuki, you're an hour early.
So? What does it matter?
Well... I step out of the way of the door frame and point towards my living room. I was gonna clean. Was being the key word.
Okay, I see your point. That is messy. Oh, be quiet.
Natsuki laughs and jokingly jabs me in the arm.
Alright, well, come on. We don't have all day.
I'm coming. Natsuki steps inside and heads straight for the kitchen. She wastes no time plopping her bag of supplies down and getting straight to work.
I brought everything we need, so we don't have to go out shopping this time. Yeah.
What are we making exactly?
I was thinking cookies this time. I love cupcakes, but let's switch it up a bit.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, you can do the frosting, I'll do the dough.
Why can't I do the dough?
Because I don't trust you with the dough. Besides, frosting is the best part of the cookies. I don't see why you're complaining.
Alright, fine. Frosting. That needs powdered sugar and butter.
And milk.
Yes, and milk.
Mix the sugar and butter first, and then beat in the milk. Don't do it all at once.
I hear ya. I reach into Natsuki's bag and pull out the necessary ingredients. Trays are under the oven, by the way.
I figured.
Just making sure. I pull a large mixing bowl out of the cupboards and begin making the frosting. Sugar and butter, just like she said. Beat the milk. Once it's finally done, she grabs some pumpkin-shaped cookie cutters from her bag and begins making little pumpkin-shaped cookies. That's a lot less dough than last time.
Well, this is only for us. We don't have to cater for her entire crowd this time.
Thank God.
You could say that again.
Have you noticed how tense the literature club has been?
Of course I have. Anyone with half a brain could. It's all because of that stupid festival.
Ugh, the festival. We share a groan.
Thanks for sticking up for me, though. I know I was being mean to Monica, and I'm not proud of it.
Well, you apologized, yeah?
I did, but everything's still so awkward.
Yeah, that is a problem. Well, I'd say just give it time. Halloween party is in a couple of days, and I'm sure everything will be less tense after a night of partying.
I guess you're right. It just sucks that we have to deal with all of this.
You could say that again.
I do appreciate it, though. It was really nice of you.
Natsuki looks up at me. Our eyes meet, but only for a split second before she turns away. Don't mention it, Natsuki. Ding!
Looks like the cookies are done.
Guess that means I better get back to the frosting.
Here, let me see how you're doing.
Natsuki walks over to my workstation and inspects the bowl.
Not bad.
Practice makes perfect, eh? Natsuki snickers and jokingly rolls her eyes.
Add in the food coloring now. I'll get to work on the chocolate.
On it. Took about 20 minutes, but Natsuki and I finally frosted and decorated the cookies so they look like little pumpkins. With the sheet of cookies laid out on the table, Natsuki and I take a step back and admire our hard work.
The best part of cooking. Admiring your creation.
Isn't the best part eating it?
Actually, yeah, you're right. Speaking of which...
Natsuki snatches a cookie off the tray and shoves it into her mouth. Hey! I thought these were for the party! Natsuki just smiles at me. Fine, and I'm taking one.
Go ahead. They won't know.
I grab a cookie and take a bite out of it. Holy crap! I outdid myself with this frosting. Natsuki jabs me in the arm.
Screw you.
I laugh and Natsuki joins in. After grabbing one more cookie, we start packing away.
Alright, Baron. I'll see you later. I'll take the cookies and I'll meet you in school tomorrow, okay?
Oh, I thought I was gonna walk with you from your house.
Nah, I'll meet you in school.
Huh. Okay. Natsuki starts off, and I close the door behind her. Well, that was a bit weird. Oh well. Still had a lot of fun. Man, I really need to find more excuses for us to bake stuff together. Trying to find excuses to hang out, huh? Okay, if I... Okay, I'm gonna shut that down right now. I'm not listening to ringing all day. Yeah, and I will... yeah, I'm gonna end it off here for today. I think we managed to skip over Halloween, which is cool, because I don't want to go through it again. I already did it once. It's exactly the same, so there's no point. Yep. So I think that's a good spot to end off there for today. Okay, I'm pulling up my schedule for myself for next week. Which, surprise, surprise, I actually got 3 days off next week, so that's pretty cool. So, my plan for next week. Again, tomorrow's stream is canceled because something came up. Sorry about that, but hey, I managed to get an extra stream in I managed to get extra Doki Doki stream in this week, so it worked out in the end. So, next week, no stream Sunday. Monday and Tuesday at 10 a.m., I'm going to attempt to play through Jurassic Park the game. We'll see if the bitrate and everything holds. It should. I haven't had that many issues with it. It only crops up occasionally. I'll go through, the Twitch Inspector thing just to see if it screws up there at all first before I attempt. If it fails, I'll fall back onto something else. I at least won't be surprised this time. So that's Monday and Tuesday. No stream Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 10 a.m. It will be going back to Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. We've put that off for a little while. We're just starting into some more story stuff, so kind of want to get back into that. And then Saturday, no stream. So, yep. That's all for me on that front. Thanks again for everyone for, watching and lurking. Appreciate it very, very much. Hope you all have yourselves a good rest of your day. And I'll see you next time.